Heidi ho, my peeps. I'm so excited. It is window art project day today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all this glass it's safety glass, so it hasn't totally broken out because it's got a coating. And I'm going to go ahead and clean this and apply all my little glass pieces in here that I will show you with silicone. Now, I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to mix my clear silicone with glitter. So let me show you my supplies for this project. Okay, so I've got some alcohol and little white pads to clean it up. I have a little empty container into which I'm going to mix some of this 100% clear silicone with gold glitter. Oh yes, and really quickly, I want to thank my friend Stephanie over at Steffi's Beads and Baubles for sending me all of that marvelous glitter. She sent me a beautiful pack of glitter and sequins and beads and all kinds of cool stuff. So I am thrilled to be able to start using some of that. So Steph, thank you so much, sweetie. I really appreciate it. Now back to the show. And I'm going to use that to apply these marvelous little beveled window pieces that I have a ton of. I probably have 200 of these. Boy, I'm glad I'm a hoarder sometimes. And in addition to that, I will be applying, let's see here, these little flat back iridescent stones. This is full of stones that are, most of them are not clear, so I'll have some that you won't be able to see through. And then also, oh, here's the other thing. I picked up a couple packages of this fake beach glass from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use some of this as well. So I'm going to do a kind of a swirly design. I don't like straight lines. I like swirly things. So we'll see what I come up with. I'm not going to stress too much about the design. Primarily, I just want something colorful and attractive that will stabilize this broken window. Yeah, I could pull the broken window out, but then I wouldn't have a art project with which to cover it. So that kind of messes me up. No, I don't want to pull this out. I want to see what I can do with it. This one is an original. I think this is actually glass. No, it's not. This is plexiglass. So this has been replaced. This is real glass. So it hasn't been. This is plexiglass. So, you know, I'm not stressing too hard. I just want to do something kind of fun and interesting with this that only cost me, you know, $5 or however much I spent on it. So that is what I'm going to do. So first up, I'm going to clean this. Then I'm going to mix up my silicone, and I'm going to start applying the glass pieces, and I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Well, I've got the first 3 pieces of the of that leaded glass on here. Still a little hazy because it hasn't dried completely yet, but that does have the gold glitter in there. This is going to be interesting. I'm thinking I might want to put another section up at the top, sort of reflecting that design down, and then fill in the entire space with, you know, with the other little pieces of glass. I'm also thinking maybe I'll put an upside down one here, close up, and then another one down there. So I've got actually 3. I think 3 is a much nicer number than 2 when it comes to designing something like this. I was constrained to this area for this one because I had the hole back there that I had to cover. So, you know, I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to work on this section. Then I'm going to get this section over there done. And I will probably let the whole shoot and match firm up. And I will come back to it later today or early tomorrow morning to start putting the little pieces in. We shall see. Okay, so I've got the 2 panels set up. One over there, closer to the edge. This one offset a little bit further away. Now, I was thinking about putting a 3rd one up in here, which I can still do. But it occurs to me that when it comes to design, I mean, we've all got our preferences on design. Some of us like things very linear and symmetrical. Some people like things that are radially symmetrical. And others like things that are completely amorphous with no straight lines at all. What I like is when you contrast something very linear, like these two little panels I put in there, with something very organic and swirly and non-linear juxtaposed against it. I really like that look. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. Still debating whether to put another panel up in here, but the rest of the little window is going to be a lot of swirls and curved lines, sort of, all along the Art Nouveau design aesthetic. So I kind of have Art Deco going on here with the very geometric pieces, and then I want to juxtapose that against like swirling sort of Art Deco feel. So let's see if I can achieve that, or if it's just going to look like a big old mess. Okay, so I decided on the third panel that's underneath this blue painter's tape. You can see there's just some little gaps. I'm not worried, I can fill that. But the weight of the glass was too much to hold it in place without, with just the silicone behind it. So I'm taping it into place. It's holding just fine. So once all of that is done and more or less cured, then I'm going to come back and play around with some, some of the designs. Right now I'm going to pull out all my little pieces of glass and start working with a color palette. These are the colors that I'm working with. I'm going to pull some of these out. I'm really liking these milky ones that are completely opaque. I'm continuing to really dig these beachy colors. I'm not a huge beachy color fan, generally speaking, but I think it will look really good. I don't want to use any of the orange, the hotter colors. I don't think that's going to work. I think I'm going to stick to the greens, maybe some of the deeper blue, definitely these turquoisey greens. When I do its thing, does it like that? And yeah, I'm also going to alternate color size. I've got the big ones as well as the small ones, so I'll be alternating some of that in and among the pieces of beach glass. So I think that's going to be really interesting. So I'm going to start separating these now. Okay, so I've got some colors picked out here that I think are going to go nicely with the little bit of beach glass that I have. That I'm going to use the least amount of. It'll just form some swirly lines, and then I'll fill in with the blues and the greens of the glass. So I think that's going to be nice. Now I could really go overboard and go try to, wait a minute, I'm going to turn this around so I can talk to you. Okay, so like I said, I could really go overboard and go try to dig out all the different pieces of glass and colors of this and that I've got, but I think I'm going to keep this project simple. I'm going to use what I've got on hand. It will be a pleasant color combination, and that's going to work. My mind is percolating the idea of getting this first layer of everything on, one layer, and then going back and taking a look at what sort of maybe rhinestones I might have lying around, or just unusual little glass pieces. And I might do some pieces that are on top of the pieces that I'm putting on now. I'm not quite sure. I don't know how it's going to go down yet, but I'm having a lot of fun with this. Now, you might ask, okay, Cheryl, you've been complaining about all the junk you have to do over the next week. If I haven't complained to you guys, pretend like I've already complained, because I've complained to everybody else I know. including but not limited to cleaning house, putting the guest room and guest bathroom into receivable order for guests. I still need to can my strawberry pepper jelly. Haven't done that yet. Boy, did I have a hard time finding Sure Gel. I went all over town trying to find that stuff. I can order it. It's horribly expensive now, but as luck would have it, I went back into my pantry and I found 3 boxes of Sure Gel. So I will be able to get that jam put up and, you know, that'll be good. Anyway, I've got more red onions to put in the dehydrator, just lots of little stuff like that. Plus my whole house needs to be vacuumed and dusted, and the list is endless, right? And you guys know, you probably have, many of you have your own endless lists, so you can relate. But today I needed something creative to do. And I can thank my friend Rachel for that, because she asked me earlier today when we were talking on the phone, she asked me if I was feeling the call to continue writing either more chapters in the book I'm working on or essays, whatever. And the answer is yes. I can feel the need to go back and finish up the plot of my book so that I've got a good, beefy framework within which to build my characterizations and all that. There's a lot of work left to be done on my book. It still feels to me like just a involved, very detailed outline, but that's okay, because that's apparently how I write, so that's okay. So anyway, she asked if I was feeling that, and I said, yeah, but it's just kind of percolating from up underneath. And then I realized that in order to keep my mental health intact this week, I really do need to do something creative. So not only is this window project creative, but it is also, something that needed to be done. I'm making forward progress in getting my little trailer all spruced up. So it's actually killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So, boy, that's an awful, what do you call that, an aphorism? No. Metaphor, whatever it is. It's awful, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But, we all know what it means. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do today. And that's why I'm out here with getting silicone all up and down myself and digging through these boxes of glass and just having a high old whore of a time, as my friend Dave would say. So, plus I've shaken this camera, sorry. So anyway, I'm going to get back to it, and I will give you an update when I've made some more progress. Well, okie dokie. I am getting somewhere. You can see I've got some curved lines started. I used up all of 1 packet of beach glass, and I think that's all I need to use. I don't think I need to use any more. I'm going to leave the other packet unopened for something else. Now, I need to start outlining that beach glass. I had originally thought this dark blue would work. I'm wondering if that is too dark to go up against that beach glass. I don't know. Then I've got this other color that's about the same color. Then I've got this green, which is the same color as the other beach glass. And then I have this white, pearly stuff. So I know that the darker blue and the pearly color will contrast nicely with what I've got on there. The green and the kind of turquoisey blue will fade into it a little bit. So I'm thinking I need to be bold and go ahead and do the dark blue and the pearly white along the edges of this beach glass, right up against it, and sort of twining up and down, and around. So I have what almost looks like a twined rope sort of effect around the beach glass that I already have up there. Then after that, I can fill in with the clear that I have, and then these 2 colors that actually match what's up there now. So let's let's hope this turns out. I'll come back in a bit with another update. All right, here is a little look-see. It's looking messy, but I think when these colors start to fill in again over here, we will have a pattern of color that'll be through here, down into here, and then up into there, and then everything else is going to be clear in the center. You can see that there are gaps, obviously, between the round stones. That's okay. I'm going to figure out some creative ways to fill that in. I've learned something. I have learned that to mix my silicone with a stick in here and then try to smear it on the backs of these little stones with a stick is just too cumbersome. What would make a heck of a lot more sense is if I came in with a tube of silicone that would be a nice small bead that I just squeeze onto the back of each one, then dip that in a little bit of glitter, then slap it on the window. That's going to be a much neater, easier, faster way to apply these stones. So I think I've come as far as I want to come today. I'm going to turn this around. Yeah, I've about hit the wall for today. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to secure my silicone, make sure everything's closed up, all the windows and all that. Head back into the house. I'm going to wash all the silicone off of my hands and probably sit for a little while, kind of chill out for a little while. And then once I've rested, I will hopefully jump into my jam project and just get that done and on the shelves. I'm hoping to do that. Then tomorrow I will come back out here and I'll do some more filling in of the color, and you know, we'll see if the whole thing sticks. So far I've only had a couple of escape artists, a couple of the stones that have wanted to pull away. Everything else is looking nicely, tightly adhered to the window. So that's making me feel pretty good. And on that happy, tired note, I think I'm going to turn off my fan. I'm going to close up my door. I'm going to say bye-bye to you guys, and I'll come back tomorrow.